When other people do things for you, rather than just saying they will, do you ever stop to think if they really value you? You should value your own worth and choose connections that genuinely enhance you. Recognizing these behaviors isn't merely about protecting yourself. Some people in your life might not have your best interests at heart, and their actions speak louder than their words. Recognizing these behaviors early can save you from heartache, manipulation, and wasted energy. Ignoring the signs could leave you emotionally drained and stuck in toxic dynamics. What are the subtle but telling behaviors of people who truly don't care about you? And how can you protect yourself? Let's break it down. If you want to build trust, understanding, and connection in a relationship, you need to lay a foundation of respect. The foundations of a relationship fall apart when one partner treats you disrespectfully, and it becomes crystal clear that they do not care about you. Subtle but noticeable cues indicate whether someone is uncaring. They treat your thoughts and feelings with contempt, disregard your limits, and disregard your opinions. Their actions show that they reject you on your own terms. You are someone they can ignore in their eyes. Dismissing your opinions makes you feel like you don't have a say in the discussion. Your honest opinions, shared ideas, and points of view are dismissed without consideration. The message sent by this dismissal is that your opinion is unimportant. It goes beyond a simple disagreement. Being respectful doesn't mean you have to agree with everything someone says. It means you give them space to say what they want to say. Someone clearly doesn't care about you if they won't even give you that. Similarly, it is extremely disrespectful to treat your feelings with contempt. Emotions are normal and healthy. They are a component of being human. A person degrades you when they make fun of or downplay your emotions. They make you wonder if your feelings are reasonable, if you're being overly emotional, or if you're simply being sensitive. When you show someone respect, you make room for their emotions, even if you can't put yourself in their shoes. True bond cannot flourish in an environment devoid of such reverence. Perhaps the most obvious manifestation of contempt is failing to respect personal boundaries. Your self-worth is reflected in your boundaries. What you are and are not prepared to accept is conveyed via them. Whoever disregards your limits is ignoring more than simply a boundary. They are disrespecting your fundamental identity. When we respect someone, we keep our distance from them, not because we have to, but because it's the moral thing to do. A careless individual will put their own wants and needs ahead of yours and will act in defiance of your boundaries without hesitation. Maintaining mutual respect is crucial to any happy partnership. It is the connecting element that binds affection, comprehension, and trust. Partnership, companionship, and genuine connection cannot exist in its absence. Refusing to treat you with respect is a sign that the other person does not appreciate your contributions. You shouldn't feel obligated to prove your value to them if they already don't. You should just leave. Always keep in mind that you are deserving of respect and kindness. Your feelings are valid, your limits should be honored, and your voice should be heard. Make no compromises. You deserve nothing less. When someone cares about you, they will always treat you with respect. Select those partnerships that meet your needs and release those that don't. The responsibility is on you. One of the easiest and most effective ways to demonstrate concern is to be there consistently. Showing there and being present when it matters most is more important than making huge gestures or theatrical announcements. However, something more profound becomes apparent when someone persistently avoids being present, whether emotionally or physically. What this means is that they don't value you, care only about the surface level, and are only committed to you for a short time at most. When you're going through tough times, life gets tough, or you just need someone to lean on, having supportive people around you is key. It's not about solving your problems, but rather being there for you when you confront them. However, people who aren't sincere about caring will constantly find a way out. prioritize other matters, and abandon you at the one moment you need them the most. Their absence is a stronger statement than any words could ever say about your place in their lives. Not only is there a physical void, but there is also an emotional one. When you open up, they respond with meaningless words. When you reveal something meaningful, they remain silent. And when your emotions want connection, they act distant. True friends and family members don't always have the answers, but they try to be there for you emotionally by listening and showing empathy. Contrarily, persistent absence is a form of apathy that masquerades as activity. It's an effortless display of passivity that makes you feel invisible and unappreciated. Everyone has duties, and life can be demanding, but setting priorities demonstrates caring. Making time, even in the midst of the busiest moments, is a sign of someone who cares. When it matters, they are there not merely when it's convenient. Their behavior conveys the message, "You matter to me." On the other hand, a person's frequent absence sends the message, "Everything else matters more than you." Although it's essential to view it clearly, that is a hard reality to face. Seeing a pattern of absence is not a judgment on the other person's character. Rather, it is a reflection of your own value. You should be in partnerships where being there is expected, where genuine concern is demonstrated by deeds rather than words alone. You should surround yourself with people who consistently express their importance by being there for you, standing by your side, and showing up when you need them. When someone isn't around, it's easy to find a reason to blame their responsibilities, difficulties, or other situations. However, just making up reasons for someone's persistent absence won't cut it. A simple explanation is not enough for you. You are deserving of the company of those who make the conscious decision to be by your side repeatedly. Their absence should serve as an example. Your time and energy are valuable, so surround yourself with people who respect you enough to be present. Let this be a reminder of that. Stop squandering your life on someone who has already proven they aren't going to be there. True care is demonstrated via presence, not promises, so instead, make room for those who will. You may choose your allies, but you can let go of those who abandon you when you're alone. To be truly connected with someone, you need to be able to give and receive, to share your thoughts, feelings, and energy. That equilibrium, however, is broken whenever an individual is egocentric. All they care about is satisfying their own wants and needs, even if it means ignoring yours. The time, energy, and effort you put in will be drained by them, and they will provide you very little in return. Their priorities clearly do not include you, and this disparity is both frustrating and evident. Consumption is the foundational activity for an egocentric individual. When they're down, they count on you to be there for them, and when they're full, they anticipate that you'll be full of vitality. Their response is usually cold or non-existent when you want them to do the opposite, to be there, listen, and provide support. When the tables are turned, their behavior begs the question. It's about me, and as a result, you start to feel invisible and unimportant. This situation is depressing and exhausting all at once. Envision filling a cup with water till it overflows, yet it never returns the favor. Your well eventually runs dry, and you will feel empty and unfulfilled. All relationships, whether personal, professional, or social, should be mutually beneficial. They should inspire and invigorate both people, not drain one while satisfying the other. The genuine character of self-centered people emerges with time, even when they use charm and superficial gestures to disguise their actions. They only care about you when it benefits them. Their queries center on their own experiences, and they act in a way that benefits themselves. Even if they don't explicitly say it, your needs are clearly not a top priority for them. This action shows a complete lack of concern, not merely a lack of attention. When one person repeatedly puts their own needs before those of others, they are prioritizing their own ease, success, and happiness over the worth of the partnership. You can tell they don't value you because of the way they treat you. Reality check. You are deserving of better. You are deserving of relationships in which the other person values your wants and emotions equally. You should surround yourself with people who inspire you, where both parties can thrive. You are deserving of companions who rejoice in your successes, who will support you when times are tough, and who understand that your worth is not based on your abilities. Having clarity is more important than harboring hate or animosity while trying to understand self-centered behavior. Recognizing the precarious balance and making the conscious decision to put yourself first are the key. You are more than just another cog in the wheel of someone else's narrative. You are an asset in and of yourself. Your connections ought to mirror the fact that you are the protagonist of your own story. Pick relationships where you feel valued and respected, where caring is reciprocated, and where the scales are balanced. Stay clear from people that are always taking from you because they will never appreciate you for who you are. Put yourself in the company of people who can see you, appreciate you, and are prepared to give as much as they receive. For genuine, significant connection, that is the bedrock. Foundation of every genuine relationship is support. Having this groundwork lays the groundwork for building trust, compassion, and understanding. When times are tough, the ones who really care show up, not with empty rhetoric or empty promises, but with their steadfast presence and support. A person's lack of support, encouragement, and solidarity during tough times is a clear indication of how little they appreciate you. Being there for someone doesn't necessarily include fixing their issues. It's not about providing perfect solutions or answering every question. Being there and present when it matters the most is the essence of genuine support. It's the simplest thing to be there for someone when they're going through a tough time. To tell them, I may not have the solution, but you're not alone. When someone doesn't do even that, it shows how little they care. Even if they don't, those without assistance show that they care through their behaviors or lack thereof. When times go rough, they vanish, allowing you to face the challenges head on. They act unresponsive or silent when you try to encourage them. No one is there to help you out when you really need it. This omission is deliberate rather than accidental. It shows what they value most, and unfortunately, you don't fall within that category. The times that put relationships to the test reveal the true nature of care. Being there for the good times, the victories, and the joyous celebrations is easy. But genuine support is shown in times of difficulty, when encouragement is required, when hope seems far away, and when problems appear impossible to overcome. Caring individuals will support you not because they think it will be convenient for them, but because they care about you and what's best for you. Nothing happens when there is no backing. It gives the impression that no one is paying attention to your problems, that no one cares about your efforts, and that your suffering is meaningless. When you're not sure what to do next, the emotional toll of this emptiness can be devastating. However, the initial stride towards regaining control is acknowledging this conduct. A relationship where support is constant rather than an exception is something you deserve, and this is a reminder of that. Who will cheer you on when you're sad, have faith in you even when you don't, and be there for you when the world seems too heavy? You deserve it. Having these relationships will keep you going since they uplift your spirits, show you your strength, and encourage you. You should reconsider their place in your life if they repeatedly ignore your requests for this kind of help. Keep in mind that you have the right to relationships where support is freely given, without limitations or reservations, that you deserve care, and that you are worthy of encouragement. Find people who will be there for you no matter what, who will stand steady, and who will show you that you are important by their actions. For your trip calls for people who will encourage and motivate you at every turn. Therefore, release those who abandon you. Criticism, no matter how subtle, may cut deep and destroy everything in its path. A lack of concern is seen when someone is continually negative and never offers helpful criticism, rather is out to bring you down. They aren't in it to help you improve. Rather, they want to bring you down by lowering your self-esteem and making you doubt your value. Caring is the foundation of constructive criticism. Its purpose is to lead, inspire, and provide you with insights that will help you grow. As a result, it takes note of your abilities and works to develop them. However, the inverse is true. Continual criticism. Full of pessimism, it serves no purpose other than to hold you down. Persistent critics don't point out problems because they're genuine or because they want to be right. They just want to be right. They just want to show how much better they are. Subtle forms of this conduct include making a disparaging comment when you propose an idea, making a sarcastic statement when you celebrate a victory, or using harsh words while pretending to be honest. Not because they are accurate, but because they won't go away. These critiques eat away at your confidence. They have the power to gradually undermine your self-confidence, even in the face of compelling evidence to the contrary. The truth is that the critic comes across more negatively when they are critical of you all the time. No one who truly cares about you will ever bring you down only to prove a point. Neither your fears nor your errors will be used against you. Rather than that, they provide encouragement, direction, and support. They are able to recognize your worth even when you aren't aware of it, and they constantly reassure you of it. Those who are always finding something to criticize usually have their own insecurities covered up. They take their minds off of themselves for a little while by critiquing your imagined shortcomings. But the fact that they can't see your value shows how limited their own perception is. Their remarks do not define you, and you are free to reject their negativity if you so choose. The first step in preserving your tranquility and regaining your self-confidence is to recognize continuous criticism for what it really is: a lack of concern. You are deserving of being in the company of encouraging individuals who push you to your limits, but also provide constructive criticism delivered with empathy and understanding. These are the folks who believe in you and your abilities, who cheer you on as you grow, who are aware of the impact they may have with their words and make an effort to utilize them positively. Therefore, listen to the persistent naysayers, but don't allow their poisonous remarks fester inside you. You should only receive helpful criticism that leads to improvement, not personal attacks. You deserve companionship that helps you shine brighter, not fade away. Refrain from letting negativity get you down, and instead surround yourself with positive influences who will tell you that you are strong, capable, and valuable just the way you are. Every genuine connection needs trust as its cornerstone. Mutual trust is the unspoken promise that each partner makes to the other. You can rely on me, and I will honor and protect the bond we share. When one partner doubts or betrays the other, the relationship weakens and becomes more vulnerable. Someone shows they don't care about you and the bond you share when they consistently lie, break promises, or act in a way that betrays your trust. A promise is more than simply words. It is a solemn vow. A person's honesty is pledged when they make a commitment. Holding those promises is a sign of respect for you in the relationship, not obligation, and it shows that the other person values you. Consistently failing to deliver on commitments, however, conveys the sense that they are unconcerned with your time, expectations, and trust. Not only is it disappointing when someone breaks a commitment, but it also weakens the bond you share with them. Dishonesty undermines confidence. Lying is a choice between being truthful and being convenient, and lying is a choice between taking responsibility and being dishonest. When one partner tells a fib, it can cause a domino effect of distrust in the relationship. The burden of deceit can overwhelm the positive, making you doubt your every move, word, and goal. There can be no sincerity in a relationship that lacks truth, which is essential for trust. Verbal betrayal isn't enough. Actions speak louder than words when they choose to ignore the fundamental link of respect and caring. It may be something as obvious as a lack of respect for your personal space or as subtle as an act of deceit. Such behavior is more than an accident. It is an intentional choice to put one's own interest ahead of those of the relationship. Their actions demonstrate a callous disregard for your emotions, respect for your worth, and the significance you offer to their lives. Betraying someone's confidence is like a cut that, although it may heal with time, will never be completely healed. It makes you doubt not only the other person's honesty, but also your own sense in putting your faith in them. The truth, though, is that your value is unrelated to the treachery of another. Their failure to repay the faith you placed in them is evident in this. Recognizing indifference as the true nature of betrayal is a demonstration of dignity. This is a gentle reminder that you are deserving of better, of partnerships that respect and cherish your trust. Never offer someone your trust lightly. If they keep breaking it, it's time to rethink the relationship. Relationships that value and respect your trust are deserving of you. Connections that value candor and ties that value consideration. Through the pain of betrayal, may you learn the importance of trust and find those who will cherish it for what it is, a precious gift. Keep your distance from individuals that shamelessly betray your trust and surround yourself with honest people. Relationships should be based on unshakable trust, since it is the bedrock of care. Work is the expression of concern. It's more important to consistently demonstrate via your actions how much you cherish the connection than to make large announcements or express your emotions. Caring person's efforts are constant, steady, and purposeful. It becomes obvious that their care for the relationship is superficial at best when they are inconsistent in their efforts, when their presence and participation change for no apparent cause. Building a meaningful friendship takes time and effort. It's an ongoing process that demands focus, effort, and purpose. The message that is sent when someone's effort is inconsistent, showing up when it's convenient for them and going silent when it demands effort, is that you are not valued. Their inconsistent behavior betrays their insincere care and disregard for the relationship you share. Many different kinds of inconsistent effort exist. It's the accumulation of excuses, broken plans, unreturned calls, and unanswered texts. They disappear just when you need them most, and then they make fleeting appearances that make you question if they really care. It's the sense of being the sole caretaker of the bond, the sole individual striving to maintain it. This imbalance wears you down in the long run, taking the energy that could be put into relationships where caring is reciprocated. Acts, not words, reveal genuine concern. Caring people make an effort even when it's difficult, not only when it's convenient. Through thick and thin, they remain by your side, lending an ear and a helping hand. Trust, connection, and the depth of commitment are established via consistent effort. On the other hand, uncertainty is caused by inconsistent effort. Their motives, honesty, and role in your life are all called into doubt as a result. Neglect weakens the foundation of a relationship, making it more brittle and easily broken. Without the other person's contribution, the whole thing will fall apart no matter how much time and energy you put into it. Reality check. You are deserving of better. You are worthy of partnerships where you are both challenged and supported, where genuine care is demonstrated through regular deeds, not just words. You are deserving of relationships with those who care about you enough to be there for you no matter the circumstances. When you put your heart and soul into a relationship, the other person should return the favor. Do not accept relationships if there is a lack of consistency in effort. If a relationship makes you doubt your value, don't take it. Choose instead to be in the company of those who show they care by consistently going the extra mile. Allow their consistency to reveal the extent of their love for you, and let their deeds speak louder than their words. You should surround yourself with people who motivate and inspire you, and who will treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve. Free yourself from people who bring half-hearted efforts into a relationship and make room for those who give it their all. Because an unbreakable friendship is born from sincere and persistent effort. Genuine concern elevates, tends to, and safeguards. Its goal is never to dominate, take advantage of, or reduce. On the other hand, emotionally manipulative behavior is completely uncaring. It is a dishonest and self-centered practice when someone takes advantage of your emotions for their personal benefit. Disguising itself as care, this isn't love, camaraderie, or connection. The art of reality distortion is mastered by emotional manipulators. They steal your compassion, understanding, and faith and use these to forward their own agenda. In order to get what they want, they may put you in a victim mentality or expect you to do more than you should. If they act out their suffering or claim to misunderstand you, you'll have little choice but to defend your motives or apologize for something you didn't do all the time. Their plan is to subtly manipulate you while you're off guard and doubting yourself. It may take some time for this manipulation to sink in. They may try to deceive you into trusting them or make you feel bad about yourself by seeming like they need your undying love and support. The patterns become apparent with passing time. In order to get their favor, they withhold affection. To make you feel obligated, they embellish their sacrifices. Their sole purpose in instigating disputes is to establish themselves as the ultimate arbiters of resolution. Their every action is a strategic maneuver to gain control of your emotions. The worst thing about being emotionally manipulated is that it makes you question your own feelings. Despite your unease, their statements make you believe that you're being dramatic. They may make you feel used, but they will say that helping them is your job. You start to doubt your abilities, your judgment, and eventually your value to yourself. The manipulator's endgame is for you to doubt your own motives to the point where you never suspect them. But hear me out. No one can use your feelings to their advantage. You can't be who you are without them. They are your humanity, your strength, and your compass. Someone demonstrates their indifference when they take advantage of your emotions. Their behavior shows that they care more about getting something out of you than about you as a person. Respecting oneself entails recognizing emotional manipulation. It serves as a gentle reminder that you are more than a pawn in the game of others, that their strategies do not define your value, and that you are entitled to safeguard your emotional health. You should be with people who respect your emotions, who care about you as a person, and who show you real empathy. Make an example out of the manipulator's actions rather than a punishment. You can learn to trust your gut, establish healthy boundaries, and distance yourself from people who try to take advantage of your generosity from this experience. Assemble a support system of individuals who cherish your feelings, not for their own benefit, but simply because you are. On the contrary, genuine concern always gives people agency. You deserve the best and nothing less. The relationships you cultivate are entirely up to you. How you value yourself is reflected in your relationships. You have the power to nourish your soul or drain your spirit with every contact and connection. Realize this. You are worthy of relationships built on trust, respect, and real concern. Your value and impact to society will be diminished if you settle for anything less. No one should ever treat you like a tool, a puppet, or an expendable commodity. This is a place for you to flourish, to develop, and to make meaningful connections that will strengthen you. Starts with recognition. Take a step back and watch the behaviors of individuals around you. Are they boosting you up or breaking you down? Do their deeds match their words? Are they considerate when they go out of their way, truthful when they communicate, and loving when they just be there? If otherwise, limits need to be established. Establishing healthy boundaries allows for the growth of trusting relationships characterized by mutual respect rather than isolation. They serve as a constant reminder to both you and everyone around you of your rigid boundaries. Your effort and time are valuable resources. They are the means by which you live your life, and the way you choose to spend them determines your fate. Don't give them to swindlers, manipulators, or those who can't demonstrate real concern. Instead, put yourself in the company of people who appreciate you for who you are, rather than what you can give them. You will grow, be inspired, and be reminded of your worth through these connections. Keep in mind that you have complete control over the relationships you build. Who gets to be a part of your life and who doesn't is entirely up to you. Pick carefully. Pick people who value you, will be there for you, no matter what, and will go out of their way to demonstrate their concern. Free yourself from people who dim your brightness and make room for those who will enhance it. As you move forward, remember this. Other people's opinions don't matter as much as the value you assign to yourself. If you want to improve your life and the lives of those around you, demand respect, trust, and care. Everything that is excellent, honest, and true is yours to enjoy. Don't settle for anything less. If you want to continue on your journey of self-discovery, make sure to subscribe to this channel to assure living more in the present moment. Reply with the word "now" in the comments if this message resonated with you, and if you want to continue growing in the future. Also, consider giving this video a like or sharing it with someone who might benefit from a gentle reminder to slow down in life and be more awake.